Everyone has responsibilities, whether it's a job that you have to show up on time for, or taking care of your kids, your parents, or your grandparents. But these are all common responsibilities that we might share. What about the ones that are personal? We all have a responsibility to take care of ourselves, whether it's eating right, exercising, quitting our vices, or bettering ourselves in general. But when it comes to Peko and Ping Pong the Animation, his responsibility is to be the best ping pong player in the world. But Peko has trouble doing this because fear is preventing him from doing so. Peko is a first-year high school student that skips class and beats all the regulars at a local ping pong hall that he's visited ever since he was a kid. He has a childhood friend called Smile that he regularly beats in ping pong, and they are both on the high school ping pong team. However, one day a player from China called Wenga comes to play ping pong after he gets kicked out of playing ping pong in China. Wenga skunks Peko and sends him down a path of hopelessness. Peko hasn't lost to someone so badly in his entire life. He's gotten by for so long on skills that were good enough to beat any regular player, but when a good challenger comes along, he can't beat them. Instead, his whole world view is turned upside down. He was once a kid that wanted to be the best in the world because he loved ping pong more than anything. But now he's thinking he's not good enough to keep playing and decides to quit. I've never seen a story outline fear and failure so well across multiple different characters. Ping Pong the Animation honestly has so many lessons about mentality in sports and in life that it would take a whole series of videos to fully dive into. But for now, I really just want to talk about Peko's fear. Fear is a powerful emotion. Let's say we're being attacked by a bear. Fear lets us know that we are in danger, and our brain decides to either run away or to fight. This idea is easy enough to understand, but what about Peko and his fear? Peko has gone through a whole character change. He was once the best around, and then he had been diminished to feeling as though he was never really meant to play ping pong. Peko feels this way because he's trying to cope with the loss from Wenga, and his fear is preventing him from playing again. Peko is afraid that if he continues to play, not only will he lose, but everything he's been saying to himself will come true. This is where I believe Peko has to take some responsibility for himself. While he might smoke and eat too many sweets, Peko's real problem is that he isn't the person he wants to be, and he's not coming anywhere near being that person by succumbing to fear. Peko's dream was to be the best ping pong player in the world, not just because he thought he could, but it's because he loves ping pong so much that he wants to play the best and keep playing forever. He genuinely loves the sport. But the loss against Wenga has turned Peko into someone that fears failure. So, what can he do? When I was a kid, I hardly tried at anything. I had a fear of failure that still haunts me to this day. I thought if I tried and failed, then it would hurt so much and I would just embarrass myself. So instead, I would clown around and make others laugh. I was in a basketball tournament within my middle school gym class. I didn't care much for it, and whenever we would practice shooting, I would egregiously overshoot my shot. And when I went for layups, I would slam the ball against the underside of the rim. I would fail on purpose. That way, I would succeed in making others smile and prevent myself from actually failing. But the problem is, if you do that, then you waste any potential you may have, and you also cost yourself from learning and obtaining any skill at all. When it came time to play in the tournament, I was no help to any of my teammates, and I didn't score once. Fear can drive a person to hide away and cause them to never reach their full potential. But the ability to overcome that fear, to grow, to learn, and gain strength is more powerful and destroys fear in the process. Peko was able to come to this point because he realized what it was that he was missing out on when he let his fear rule his life. He realized that seeing his best friend smile, happy, was worth more than his fear. He had left his goal to be the best ping pong player in the world behind, and in turn, he had left his friend behind too. His realization was that he had doomed Smile into wasting his potential as well as his happiness. So, he put himself through training and got to the point to where he could play well again. He decided that it was his responsibility to become the best ping pong player in the world so that he could prevent Smile from wasting his potential. But that was just the start. When Peko was faced with his most daunting challenge, he found his ability to completely let go of fear. and return to his old self that loved to play ping pong. Then when Peko and Smile played again, not only had Peko saw his responsibility through to the end, but Peko and Smile were able to grow as players. They were able to foster growth and push each other to the limit. They had truly seen their potential restored and revitalized. I think what ping pong has taught me is that taking on responsibility for the kind of person I could be far outweighs the kind of person I could stay as. If I'm unhappy in my life and where my current goals are, then it's my responsibility to myself to be better. I might be okay with how I am as a person, but I'm not okay with where I am in relation to where I could be, to who I could be. My fear should be wasting potential instead of what could happen if I go towards my goal and fail. In my mind, I think it works like this. If you try and fail, then you succeed once and fail once. But if you don't try and fail, you fail twice. If you aren't able to take on responsibility, put forth a good amount of serious effort, and be willing to learn from your failure and from your success, then you won't get better. I'll end with this.
9-6星野選手
覚えてるかあなた。私と初めて試合したあなた。1点取れない。私から。
シェーシェーだぜ、コンさん。あんたのおかげでオイラ一つ強くなることができたよ。あんたはオイラに飛び方を教えてくれた。
Hey there, I just want to say that this video was way harder to make than any of my other ones. I'm still having a hard time grasping the full weight of the ideas that I try to explore within the anime. I love this anime a lot. It's one of my favorites. The depth that it has is really thought-provoking, and I feel like life-changing as well. So to anyone that's a fan of anime, I would watch it, absolutely. Also, please leave a like if you like the video and comment down below because I'd like to hear everyone's thoughts on the subject. Thank you.